Morning, Bear Fam. Today is Friday and it is the 29th of February. A leap year, no less. 20 to 11. I'm pondering the weather because it is... Oh no, I've just shown you the tip hole that my garden is. Look at the state of this. We've redone Baby Bear's bedroom because her mattress had springs coming through it, so I put that out there last week. This is an old desk that we didn't want. Then the man came to build her a new wardrobe and he put all the contents of the packaging outside, and it was all in a nice neat pile until about a week ago, and then the wind is just like... Oh yes, of course you can. Bertie's out and about today, look, having a bit of a sit. Say hello, Bertie. No, don't want to say hello. Don't go flying outside. How? So, first of all, Bear Fam, thank you. Do you know what? All those lovely messages you've sent me about that first, well, renewed vlog, should I say. It makes me feel that it's worthwhile. It makes me feel that if anything I can do helps, like even one person, you know, we go out, I try and go out my way sometimes when I'm feeling like it, to help people. When we were in London, there was, well, he said he was homeless. Whether he is or whether he isn't, who knows. He looked like he was sleeping rough, bless him. But he was going around in Burger King asking for money. Now, when I was a police officer in Bournemouth, I knew of several people that sat on the streets with boards and whatever saying they were homeless. And they actually had quite pleasant homes, and they considered it a method of making money. So I've always had that in the back of my head, and I've always been like, nope, 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 nope. So when he asked us in Burger King, we were having trouble with one of those automated machines, and he came up to us, and I was feeling rotten. I have to say, I haven't felt as rotten as I did after the Tutankhamun exhibition. It was brilliant, but on the flip side, it made me feel really ill because it was a lot of standing up. And he came up to us after that, and I was struggling. Ellie had actually literally lifted me into a taxi. We then thought maybe it's because I hadn't eaten properly all day, so we went to Burger King just prior to getting on the train to come home. Anyway, this is when he asked for the money, or for some money. He didn't say, you know. And I did my normal, no, thank you, go away. Sort of really blunt, unfair. And it was the second person that had asked us. Now, the reality is you can't just go handing money to everybody, can you? And Waterloo Station seems to have quite a few people doing it. And I guess perhaps that's where they sleep. I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying not to judge other people, you know, there but for the grace of God go I. There have been times when I'm living, and I, you know, probably be back there soon. Got to start living month to month on the money you get. And anyway, long story short, or not, we then stood waiting for our food, because you then get your number and you stand waiting for your food. And I saw him going up to other people, and I saw that Baby Bear was quite, not upset by it, but I think more upset by my lack of compassion, I think, would be fair. So I got a tenner out of my wallet and I said, go on, give it to him. I did watch her, obviously. Do you know what? He nearly cried. You could see that he wanted to hug her, but knew he couldn't, wouldn't. And he came back to me and he was like, thank you. And I suddenly thought, well, perhaps I've woken up to the world, I don't know. These near-death experiences I've been listening to, the podcast Near-Death Experiences by Chaz Hathaway. Chaz as in C-H-A-S, and then Hathaway, Hathaway. He's written a book as well on the subject, which I'm working my way through. But it's made, I've always been spiritual, but I've never been religious. If that makes sense with you? So I've always known there's more to us than just flesh and blood. I've always suspected. I had it's weird, on my bedroom, sitting in my bedroom when I was a kid, and I'm trying to think, we were in a house, so I'd have been at least 12, probably more like 13, more like Baby Bear's age, to be honest. And I don't know what happened, but I had this moment where there was my body, and then there was me, the spirit. I didn't have an out-of-body experience or anything like that, but I had, and it was probably only a split second, but it was a realisation that the body and me, the spirit, were two separate things. I never had it again, and I've always remembered it. And working my way through these near-death experiences, it's starting to make more sense. I had another, he basically says that if you've ever had been near death, or you've been in a situation where your body or your spirit thought I don't know how it comes to pass, but I had a very traumatic experience when I was about 3 or 4, when I had my tonsils out. I had them out very young, and I've got memories about the operation that I probably shouldn't have, because I wouldn't have been awake. My mum always put it down to fear and trauma and whatever, but I've definitely got memories of the operation. I can see the surgeon, I can see what he was doing to me, I can see me, I can see the lights in the operating theatre. So maybe something happened to me then. So he does say that when we come here from wherever, if it's God or whoever sends us here, that we're sort of given a reason or something to do. But once we're here, we become earthbound, as in we forget our spirit life and our real home, and that we become earthbound. Unless you've had a near-death experience or something happened to you, when you become more aware of your spirit side. So maybe that's it. I don't know. I was told I was a healer once by a medium. And as a kid, around about the same time I had I'm this and I'm that. Maybe it came to me then, I don't know. But relatives and friends used to ask me to lay hands on. I had one bloke had a bad knee, and I always managed to sort that. I had another had a bad back. So I've never used it beyond that. But people that have had near-death experiences tend to be more spiritual, more in touch. I know that from what's said about near-death experiences that sorry, Bertie's being very vocal. That on the other side, you don't talk, you do it telepathically. And I do find myself talking to people, even to inanimate objects, especially the animals, telepathically. I know that sounds ridiculous and you're going to just mock me, I know, but there we go. I've also suffered, and I call it suffering because I've always wished I didn't have it, but I've had this ability to know what people are thinking about me, to read the situation without, if they're saying one thing to me and I know it, I can feel it's the opposite sometimes. Or like when you meet somebody and they're talking to you and you're conversing and they seem to be friendly, I can often sense things that I wish I'd never sensed. I've always thought it's just I'm over emotional and I'm too self-critical, and maybe that is it. But if they're thinking badly of me, or even on the flip side, if they're thinking other things about me, I get it, like almost, it just like a wave of it comes to me. And I've always found it really off-putting and difficult, especially at work when people are like, I don't know, giving you staff appraisal and they're saying one thing and yet you know full well there are other things going on. Anyway, I'm not making much sense, am I? I'm rambling. I've rambled for 10 minutes now already. I'm trying to put off going out with the dogs. I really don't want to go out in the rain. Get togged up with a waterproof and leggings and get their coats on and then, oh. Sorry, watching this morning, Alison Hammond running up somebody's driveway. This rain is just blooming awful. Right, I'm going to leave it there for a minute. Try and get Bertie back in his cage. Have a fag. Have something to eat. I'm having a real problem at the moment eating. I'm starving hungry, but I can't be bothered to eat. It's not just that I can't be bothered to make something, it's that I can't be bothered to eat it. I don't know if it's the depression, I don't know whether it's all that's going on in the background at the moment, because there's quite a bit going on. But just haven't eaten properly in 2 or 3 days. I had beans on toast a couple of days ago. I had a sandwich yesterday. Starving now. And I get quite shaky because you haven't had enough, but I still can't be bothered. And I'm just then leads me to eat rubbish because whatever I get my hands on, it doesn't involve any effort. Oh, it would help if this would just stop. Sorry about the state of my garden. Right. It's a sweatshirt I got in Cornwall when we were at Forest Holidays. Colour's gone a bit because I tumble dried it, but what is it with tumble dryers and the fact that they dull the colours of your clothes? Anyway, listen people, I've turned the comments off on vlogs. I'm not doing negativity. Got enough of that in my own head without taking on what other people say about me. I mean, one of the things people bleat about is the fact that I have this blooming great fridge freezer and it's blocking out the entire of my garden. Well, realistically, look people, this is the double window, big door there. It's knocking out like maybe 25%, but I've still got a massive great window. That's one of the things people moaned about, the fact that I'd see more nature if I got rid of my fridge freezer. Well, I can tell you that I coped for 10 years with that little thing there. Now, it was always a case of I can't buy that because I haven't got the freezer space. I can't buy that because I haven't got... And now, I've got a beautiful freezer full of frozen dog food and whatever. And I've got a lovely fridge full of whatever it's full of. But I've got room. I have room. Oh... That was great. Gavin and Stacey. Do you know what? I've never watched it prior to this Christmas and I thought it was marvellous. Look, Bertie, you want to go back in your cage? Come on, I'll open the door. I'll shut this one so you don't fly away. Just going to quietly open that one. Put yourself away. Right, I am going to sit down. Don't you dare come out, Charlie. Charlie just ends up on the floor. Chunk had his foot on him the other day. Right, I'm gonna... Don't you dare, Charlie. Right, I'm gonna love and leave you. I've yacked again for 15 minutes. I do apologise. Look, be kind to one another. No negativity. Try and do... He's going to go in. He's going to put himself away. There we go. He likes to come out for a fly. Charlie just dive bombs to the floor these days. Right. you've got to be kind to one another. There are idiots out there that want to bring you down. For whatever reason, they want to bring you down. Oh, I got this at the Tutankhamun exhibition. Look, made of nice sparkly granite or whatever it is. Made of a sparkly stone anyway. Made in Egypt as well. Yeah. Blooming expensive stuff, but I like it. Anyway, he now lives up there. Along with Buddha and various other things. My date's out of date. Anyway, look, take care of yourselves and each other. I might catch you on tomorrow. If you've got nothing nice to say, don't bother. I'm over on Instagram if you want to send me a message. I try to respond to them all. What I want to say to you? Yeah, take care of each other. Try and be kind. Try and find something. If it's only one thing today, you say something nice to somebody or you give them a compliment. I had to go into school with Ellie this morning, and the receptionist was getting a bit of grief because she'd been to Rome over the holidays. And I just said to her, do you know what? I'm always in awe of you. You look beautiful. Your hair's always, you know, you're really, really, you know, well turned out. You know, and I'm always aware of it. She was like, oh, thank you. So sometimes you've just got to go that extra mile. Random acts of kindness. I mean, I had it, didn't I? A few months ago, I had that beautiful poppy given to me on the hill. Made such a difference to my day and to my week even. To know that somebody thought enough of me to come and just give me that small token that they'd gone and bought and they'd kept it to give to somebody, and there I was, you know, so yeah. Anyway, look, I've rambled for 17 minutes. I do apologise. I'm going. Thank you for listening to me ramble. If there's a call for it, I'll keep going. Stand tall. Don't let the bullies win. Do what you love in life. And I love you lot. You're my friends. And I feel your warmth and virtual hugs to you all. Whatever you're battling today, whether it's your anxiety, your stress, illness, pain, you can do it. You really can. Just give yourself a pat on the back. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. And stand tall, people. Send in your love.